Hello everyone, and welcome to the final episode of the Nittany 8 podcast. As mentioned in the last episode, today we will be discussing our last piece of wearable technology, the smartwatch. Smartwatches are amazing devices, which are capable of doing many things such as fitness tracking, controlling music, navigation assistance, and notification updates. Let's dive in and discuss some popular models on the market.
So I did a little research to see how many smartwatches are on the market today, and I was completely surprised because I thought there were at least 5 to 7 smartwatches available. But I found out that there are at least 40, even more smartwatches in the wearable technology market. When you think of smartwatches, you automatically think of the Apple Watch or the Fitbit because those are the most popular ones known in today's society. But there are many other brands with smartwatches that share similar and different features from the popular smartwatches that everyone is more familiar with. There is a variety of smartwatches to choose from, like the ones that seem to do everything to other watches that seem to target fewer tasks. Whether they are touchscreen or non-touchscreen, and if their purpose is for everyday use or business use. According to Gizmodo, the Apple Watch is one of those watches that seems to do everything, all while looking stylish, and the Pebble Time Watch is known to be less high-tech and even more used more for notifications. So John, I know that you have the Moto 360 smartwatch, and I saw it when I was doing research, so do you want to tell us a little more about it to give us first-hand info on the smartwatch?
Yeah, sure. So I actually got this watch a couple years ago for Christmas, and it's pretty cool. It's actually called the Motorola 360, but it's more commonly known as the Moto 360, and it's a really common smartwatch on the market. It comes in a few different sizes and types. There's a large version for males and a slightly smaller version for females. The normal version comes with a removable leather band, and it's more of like a businessy type watch, versus the sport version has a built-in GPS and a rubber silicone band, which responds better to exercising. I actually have the fitness version, which has the silicone band because I wanted the built-in GPS that it comes with. It gives me real-time notifications of everything that my phone receives, and that's including texts, phone calls, scheduling reminders, and even GroupMe message notifications come right to the watch, and I can actually reply on the watch using my voice. And according to Engadget.com, it's the most attractive smartwatch on the market. So I'm just going to talk about a few features that my watch has at least. It has Bluetooth capability and a 4 gigabyte memory chip inside. So what this allows me to do is I can go for a run without my phone because I can download music onto the watch from my phone and then listen to it on headphones, the wireless Bluetooth headphones, and then it will also track how far I'm running using the built-in GPS, which is really cool. That's one of the biggest reasons why I wanted this one. It also has Google Maps function, and it can help you navigate when you're walking or driving. In all honesty, it has some pretty cool features, but it doesn't quite live up to the potential that I thought it would have. I think Motorola really raises the expectations of the watch, and they make it seem really cool and really useful, but in reality, it has a few cool features, but isn't quite what they make it seem to be. And another con with the watch, and this is aesthetically wise, is on the bottom, it has a flat tire spot to hide the ambient light sensor. And what the light sensor does is it senses the light around you and then adjusts the screen brightness. It adjusts the screen brightness so that it doesn't waste extra battery, just like a smartphone would. While it's cool to have that feature on the watch, it looks funny at the bottom because, like I said, there's a flat tire spot, and so the screen doesn't go fully around the watch. And it's not necessarily aesthetically pleasing as I would like.
Now I'm going to talk a little about the watch and the unique feature it has. Today, smartwatches have powerful functions that have connection to information science and technology, which contains the function of analysis, collection, classification, storage, and retrieval and protection of information. For example, Apple Watch runs a simpler version of iOS, but it has powerful connection with iOS applications such as iTunes and Apple. iCloud is the services provided to Apple clients to store data such as photo, documents, and music. iCloud also provides the powerful function that connects with the system of iPhone, iMac, and some products of Apple. Clients can easily retrieve their documents or photo with Apple Watch no matter where they are and when.
Now, I'm going to talk about the top 5 things everyone should know about a smartwatch. Not all smartwatches are the same, and that's the glory about owning one. Each fits to the consumer's personal preference. Smartwatches like the Apple Watch Series 2, price ranging at $369, and the Samsung Gear S3, starting at $350, include features like built-in GPS, you don't need to take a phone for you to work out, heart rate sensor, workout apps, the ability to connect to iPhone and Galaxy smartphones, water resistance up to 50 meters for the Apple Watch, and 1.5 meters for up to 30 minutes on the Samsung Gear S3. I don't know about you guys, but getting caught in a rainstorm or having to remove your watch to wash your hands can be pretty annoying. Thankfully, these devices help accommodate active and sweaty customers. In comparison to the Fitbit Ultra HR pricing at $150 and Moto 360 starting at $79, its features includes ambient light sensing, which allows the screen to automatically adjust to the surrounding brightness, Wi-Fi connectivity so the user can stay in touch with even if their phone is beyond Bluetooth range, auto sleep tracking, call, text, music app play, and when you're feeling fashionable, interchangeable bands.
So basically you're saying the top 5 features are: 1, they have built-in GPS units; 2, they have heart rate sensors; 3, they can easily connect to your phone; 4, they have high-quality battery life; and 5, they are water resistant.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Sam's going to tell us the story about Fitbit and how they came to be.
Fitbit is a unique entrepreneurship story, and it really defines some of the smartwatch craze which exists in today's market. Entrepreneurship is starting a new business with an innovative product. The entire company was founded on the premise of the fitness watch, which eventually evolved into the smartwatch that big-name companies are replicating today. An article titled "The Story of Fitbit" on Wearable.com by Gary Marshall states that Fitbit started in 2007 by entrepreneurs James Park and Eric Friedman. They raised $400,000 for their startup, which at the time consisted of basically a circuit board and a wooden box. The product almost died several times due to difficulty finding a manufacturer and customer complaints of allergies to the material of the wristband. But eventually, Fitbit grew to become the $4 billion giant that it is today. One reason people keep coming back to the Fitbit is that they have a constant release of new models which get customers excited. Some of the most basic models only include a very small screen, which displays simple information such as heart rate and steps taken, while the more advanced models have a fully interactive touchscreen with live updates from the user's smartphone. Another big appeal for the Fitbit Another big appeal for Fitbit is that it appeals to all ages. Fitness is a universal concept, whether you are 8 years old or 80. Having a device that tracks exercise goals and distance gone is motivation for a lot of people. These watches get people excited to exercise and help them look forward to fitness. There are stories all over the world and all over the internet of people who are losing weight because of their Fitbit.
Smartwatches are a really great invention that have been changing people's lives, and obviously there are some pros and cons associated with them. When I was doing some research, I was able to find some positive things about smartwatches, such as the fact that it encourages fitness, as we discussed in the Fitbit section. The watches are also equipped to track heart rate, sleep patterns, movements throughout the day, and many more. Some other positive things about those watches is that they also alert you when there are social issues going on, so you're more aware of what's going on around you, you're more alert, and you decide to participate in those social activities or not. They also vibrate when you receive a text message or an email, which is easier to access information instead of always being on your phone. I wasn't able to find a lot of cons, obviously, because these smartwatches are awesome, but most people reported that they irritate the skin sometimes, and the earlier models have low battery, and also it is a potential distraction when driving, because if you're paying attention to your watch when you're supposed to drive, that's not too good. And one final con is that they have the potential to drain your phone battery since they're always connected to your phone.
All right, everyone, that is our last podcast. We hope you have learned a little more about smartwatches today and are even considering buying one. The Apple Watch 2, Samsung Gear, and Moto 360 are all great examples. Finally, thank you to everyone who has listened to the 4 podcasts and have been with us from the beginning. We hope you've learned a lot about wearable technology in specific, military suits, virtual technology, and smartwatches. It has been a great journey, and we hope you all have enjoyed listening.